Welcome to another edition of ERAtv, where we have a little fun with the movers and shakers of the DR business. I'm Craig Burnett. With me is the Doctor of Shopology, John Cremeans. John,
that
good to
would
see
be
you.
me. Thank you.
Nice to see you. Now, you have on your website,
Yes.
it says you have over 25,000 hours of live television.
That is absolutely true.
Now, you realize that's more than Johnny Carson,
Yes.
more than Jay Leno.
Yes.
Why don't you just quit DR and get your own talk show?
I probably could have by now.
Yeah?
But yeah, that's true though. I mean, after 25,000 hours, over 100,000 different products. I mean, I don't think there's a product that I haven't seen in here that I've either sold or know a lot about.
Yeah. What does that feel like to know most of the background of all these people? I mean, you and I have been in the business for about the same amount of time. Me more behind the scenes, you in front of the cameras. What's that like to be familiar with all these people?
You know, it's a whole different end of what I was doing before. I mean, you know, presenting a product's different than actually bringing it into a network or talking to people about manufacturing. And that's one of the things that with working with Kevin Harrington, I've learned a lot about the other part of the business that I didn't know in the past.
Sure. Now, when you were in live shopping, you were a male in a predominantly female business.
Well, that's true.
Did you encounter any reverse discrimination, or were you surrounded by women just because you're a chick magnet?
That's it. Totally. That's got to be it. No, actually, you know what? The industry's changed. They still have hard goods, electronics, and more predominantly men-type products. But they've gone to a lot more women-type products with fashions and cosmetics and a lot more beauty.
Sure.
Where a woman feels a lot more comfortable, buying it from a woman perhaps than a guy.
Now, you started in live. You've moved over now to more infomercial production. You're about to embark on this military shopping channel, which we'll get to in a minute. But
okay.
What can the different disciplines, which they're quite different, what can each side learn? What can the infomercial side learn from live shopping and vice versa, do you think?
Well, you know what? We started to see an influx of infomercial type product and in the home shopping industry. I mean, it's faster to get on. It's even from a military channel, perhaps. But I think that with infomercials, we do the same thing, except you have to condense it in a shorter amount of time.
Right.
You can't always do a 30-minute presentation on an item.
Did you ever run out of fun things to say and interesting things to say and just find yourself wishing you could tap dance?
Yeah.
Or is that when you go to the calls?
Actually, I never stopped talking. So it's a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But one of the things that we like to do, especially when you look back at some of the bloopers and everything, the only time that I ever had a bad show was late at night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm selling a radar detector. I'm talking about all the great things it can do, like keep you from getting a speeding ticket. And the next thing I know, everybody's looking at me. And I was going, well, what's wrong? I'm sitting there holding the radar detector. I had fallen asleep with my eyes open. They let me go for 5 minutes, staring at the camera.
Wow.
It was wild. Yeah.
So you didn't talk?
No, that was the only time.
Sometimes I find that a little hard to believe.
Yeah.
There had to be some talking there somewhere.
Yeah.
What's one thing that nobody knows about you that until this very moment? What's one thing that people really need to know?
For heaven's sakes, I don't know.
Well, what do you do for fun when you're not pitching? What do you do?
I love riding my motorcycles.
Yeah.
One time I had up to 13 motorcycles.
Really?
Yeah. My wife loved that in the garage. You couldn't
so
get anything
you're kind
else
of like
in.
a little mini Jay Leno with your cycles
actually,
instead of with the cars.
I had the bike that Jay Leno has, the Honda Room, which was there were only 1,600 of in the world. I had mine for about 20,000 miles, and then it sat in the garage too long, and I moved it out.
Oh wow!
I settled on one bike. I sold all my bikes off except for my Harley Street Glide, which I absolutely love. And that's the bike, the grandpa left in the garage.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's going to be my bike that I'll leave in the garage.
Wow, that's great. Now, before we get out of here, I want to talk to you about your new venture, the Military Shopping Channel. It sounds like a place where you just go to buy fatigues and things like that.
Use tanks.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a couple stealth fighters for you to buy. No.
So tell us what it's all about.
The military, it's an amazing group of people. They're people that we're expecting a lot out of. They have to, they're leaving their families for years on end, and months gone by. They miss their families. What we're trying to do with the Military Shopping Channel is bring a little bit of home, no matter where they are. They could be at a camp in Afghanistan. They could be in the DMZ in Korea. They could be on a ship somewhere. And as long as they have internet access and they're able to access AFIS.com, which is the one of the PX infrastructure online, and have a star card or military number, they're going to be able to access it. We're going to feature all lines of categories of product. We're going to have as seen on TV type products, infomercial products. We're also going to have jewelry, electronics. We're going to do fashion. We have tactical gear, which we will be doing because a lot of the guys and people that deploy, they stop at their tactical store first to kind of gear up.
Sure.
Beyond what the Army and the Navy or whatever gives them. So we're going to be able to offer that online. We have so many great services that we're going to be able to offer. It's been very helpful and also quite gratifying to see the results and what the military is actually starting to say about a pretty amazing channel.
That's great. And plus, you're hooked up with Kevin Harrington, so it's practically a guaranteed success.
You can't beat that. I mean, I've been doing infomercial work for Kevin as well. They're actually testing one next week, and then I'll be doing another one here in a couple of weeks. But so I get all different types of the business.
That's great. Yeah. Well, John, best of luck to you with MSC, and we'll be looking for you on the air.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again. I'm Craig Burnett for ERAtv.